I have no idea what I'm doing. Let me turn up my volume. Oh no, that was too loud. Alright, there we go. Um, so today's video. Oh wow, that's really loud. Hold on. There we go. Wait, what? I hate this thing. Anyway, in today's video, we're gonna be talking about, phonetic clicks, but just the front part or the release, the click. Yeah. Now, this is not official, blah blah blah. Don't use me as source, blah blah blah. Take everything in this with a grain of salt, blah blah blah. I'm gonna make some click sounds. We got quite a lot we have to do, but it should be good. Should all be good. Hold on, let me go and hunt for them. Here it is. Now there are some I can't do, or some that I couldn't. I just judged impossible because I didn't know how to do them, and I haven't ever seen them in a language. So yeah, like I can't produce the aggressive bilabial clicks or anything, but they are possible. They have appeared in one damn language. Sorry, I was starting to think of the name of the language while I was talking about it showed up in a language. So the name of the language is Daman, and I think, don't quote me again. Uh, it's a language in Australia for religious purposes, and it's a constructed language, but still. A lot of languages are suffering click loss, which is really disappointing because I love clicks. I think they're amazing, and that more languages should have clicks. Yeah, it's a very uncommon sound, and only pretty much exclusive, besides the one in Australia, in Africa. They're all in Africa. I'm not going to get into the details. You can find those online. I'm just going to make every single click sound on here and give you a rough name of it. Let's start. The bilabial click. Ah, ah. The labiodental click. Ah, ah. So this one's a little weird, but this one is the pre-bilabial click. It's let me explain how you produce this one because it's unlike anything you normally see. So instead of putting your lips together like you normally do, you you stretch your bottom lip out onto the front of your top lip and produce this sound like there you go. There's the pre-bilabial click. Do the opposite. Put your bottom lip into the socket in between. That's a weird word for that. Socket in between your teeth and your front, and your talking hard, and your top lip. So it's like The next one we got is the labio-alveolar click. If you don't know what this is where your bottom lip touches the alveolar ridge in your mouth. Ah, ah. Next one we got is, this one's interesting. It is the pre-labiodental click. Now this is very similar to what we've done before. So instead of just putting the top teeth onto your bottom lip, you're actually going to extend it forward without your lip touching the alveolar ridge. That's an important detail. Because then it would just be labio-alveolar. That's not what we're doing. So, it pretty much sounds the exact same as just doing the yeah, not much of a distinction there. Now we're going to do the opposite, and we're going to stick our front teeth backwards a little bit, as though we're about to onto like the back of the bottom teeth on the bottom lip, so that it's colliding like that. It's better described as making your bottom lip touch the front of your teeth. So, ah, ah. It sounds a lot like a dental click. You'll see those later. Now we're getting to the stranger clicks called the dentolabial clicks. This actually uses the bottom teeth on the top lip instead of using the top teeth on the bottom lip like a labiodental. So it goes, the regular traditional dentolabial goes ah, ah. Then we also have the pre one where you stick your bottom teeth out of your mouth pretty much as far as you can. Ah, ah, ah. It's a little weird. It's not really a full click closure, so it's a little weird. And you can do the same thing. Ah, in the back direction, touching the back of the top lip. It feels a little weird to do it. Ah. Now, next would technically be the aggressive bilabial or labial clicks. But since I can't produce them, I can't demonstrate those for you. Next is the dental click, produced as ah, ah. Then we have the post-dental click. Now, this one's a little bit weird because it's not quite denti-alveolar, so it basically just sounds the same as a dental click. So instead of it'd be which doesn't sound any different, right? Yeah, these ones are a little weird, and then the same thing for the pre, the pre one. That's the way I just did the post one. I'm very confused. All right, the pre one would be not quite interdental, but it could probably produce like how you produce the when you don't have your blade of your tongue in between your teeth. So it's like a which again doesn't really sound that different. Now we're going on to lingolabial clicks. We will be back with the dental clicks again with one more dental click, but the apical lingolabial click. Yes, we do an apical and a laminal distinction for this. So the apical lingolabial click is ah. We have, now this one might sound weird to you, but a prelingolabial click. This is where you stick your tongue outside your mouth and touch the outside of the lip. It doesn't matter if you're doing it with the blade or your tip because it's kind of hard to distinguish the two in articulation. And then there's the same thing, but you're actually going inside the cavity again and touching the lip inside the cavity between the teeth and the lip. Very loud, very powerful click. Now, next one is the laminal lingolabial click, which I actually like to call the interlabial click, but it's not a good name for it. And so it goes Technically, we will be back with more lingolabial clicks, but they're a little bit different. Anyway, next is the interdental click. Which, as you can tell, sounds slightly different than the dental click. Next comes the alveolar or apical alveolar click. It's just, in my notes and stuff, I didn't actually distinguish the alveolar, give it apical alveolar click an actual form, and I didn't label what the alveolar click was. So the apical one, we have post-alveolar click. Yes, I'm separating them. We have, I think that's supposed to be denti-alveolar. It wasn't in my notes and stuff, but on here we have it. It is the laminal alveolar click. It's kind of a weird one. I don't know. Yeah, I think we have some more alveolar clicks in the future, so we'll see those later. But they're a different type, as I said earlier. Now we got the retroflex click, which is Now we have a post retroflex. Is basically where you put your tongue where you do the retroflex and stretch it back further. Then we have the subapical lingolabial click, which is the Ah, ah. It does create some spit out of your mouth when you do it. We have the subapical alveolar click. Ah, ah. We have the post subapical alveolar click, which is a very complicated one for some people. Ah, ah. Then we have the subinterdental click, subapical subla. I don't know. Ah, ah. It's also kind of a spitter. I think that is the subapical denti-alveolar click. Ah, ah. I think I'm doing that right. Next, we have just the regular palatal click. I didn't actually include these in my notes. I somehow forgot it, but it's just ah, ah. Then we got the apical palatal click, which is a lot like the, in my opinion, a lot like the post retroflex click. Ah, ah, ah. I don't know if it's actually picking it up, so that might be a problem. If it's not picking up that sound. Anyway, you also have, next you have the alveopalatal click. Ah, ah. The post-palatal click. Ah, ah. I think that's right. I'm not sure. But anyway, try it again. The laminal palatal click, again, this one's kind of hard to distinguish from the apical one. Ah, ah. We have the dorsolabial click. Ah, ah. Now I'm struggling with that one too, apparently. The dorsoalveolar click. Ah, ah. Now, next we have the apical post-palatal click. Wow, that was hard. Ah, ah. It's kind of hard to hear. We, of course, also have a laminal version. Ah, ah. You probably can't hear that. It's very quiet. We have the interdorsal click, I guess. It's interdental, dorso-interdental click, I guess. Ah, ah. It kind of hurts. Then we have the dorsodentialveolar click. Ah, ah. We have the velar clicks now. Now, the velar clicks, a little disclaimer, they're a little weird and they're not exactly regular clicks. So, yeah, just take that in mind. Ah, ah. I hope you could hear that. And then we have the apical one, which is very inaudible, so I'm going to turn up my volume for this. Ah, ah. Accidentally on that last one, I accidentally put wait. I accidentally put, whoa, that's too loud. Can this thing stop being annoying? Anyway, I accidentally put a percussive release on it, sorry. Anyway, there's also the post-velar click, so that's a that type sound, which, as you could probably tell, is not very audible, and it kind of sounds like you're dying. The laminal velar click, which is I hope you could hear that. I'm just not gonna do vowels because I'm trying to get you to hear that little clicking sound. Anyway, then we have the post-velar apical click, which I'm going to definitely turn up. Hope you could hear that. Whoa. Okay. And then under this table. Anyway, I hope you could hear that click. Anyway, the last one is again going to need to be turned up. It is the laminal post-velar click. It is very quiet. All right. Now we're going to go on to the lateral clicks. Oh, wow. I don't know if this is too high or not. It's so dynamic. My mic is so weird. All right. Anyway, so the lateral clicks are a little complicated. I think that first one's supposed to be a dental lateral click. It doesn't exactly have a symbol, so just warning you on that one. So it's yeah, that click. All right. Sorry. I was trying to, my volume thing is so weird sometimes. It's like super loud, and then I try and do something that should be hearing. It's like super quiet. I don't get it. Anyway, the next one, I think it's supposed to be some weird form of pre-alveolar lateral click. I'm not quite sure. As you can hear. Then we have the post-alveolar lateral click. There you go. If you can hear this. I hope you can hear all these. Anyway, the next is the alveolar click, which is lateral click, which can be split up into apical and laminal, so I'll do that for demonstration purposes. The apical and the laminal. As you can hear, there's not really a distinction between the two. Anyway, we're going to do a denti-alveolar lateral click now. There you go. Now we're going to do an interdental lateral click, which are a little hard to produce. As you can hear, it's a weird click. Now we're getting to the lateral clicks that don't really have symbols, if I'm pretty sure. They don't. No, yeah. None of these lateral clicks falling actually have symbols for them. So, yeah, you're going to have to take that into mind desperately. Again, there should also be lingolabial lateral clicks. I just can't produce them at all. And there might also be velar lateral clicks, but again, I can't produce them at all. So anyway, let's go on to the palatal lateral click. Sounds a lot like the alveolar lateral click. And next is the apical version of the palatal click. You can hear how weird it sounds. It sounds kind of weird, kind of quiet. Next is the alveopalatal lateral click. Then we have the post-palatal lateral click, which as seen before, I'm not good at post-palatal. think that's it. I'm not sure. A laminal version of the alveol, the palatal, lateral click. Again, not much of a distinction there. The lateral clicks have less of a distinction than the regular clicks. So, yeah. We have the dorsal alveolar lateral click. As you can hear, it's a little hard to produce, and it's a little weird. Now we have the post-palatal apical lateral click. As you can see, it's not very audible because, well, the velar clicks, as soon as you get into velar, I'm pretty sure the lateral clicks are now impossible, right? So it's on the very edge of being velar, so it's very hard to produce and not very audible. Anyway, there's also a laminal version. You probably couldn't hear that because it was the quietest of all the clicks. So as you can see, it is a very, very quiet lateral click. And finally, I think that's that is the dorso-interdental lateral click. Yeah. That's weird. I know. Then we have the final one, actually. The dorso-dentialveolar lateral click. Yeah, it's weird. All the lateral clicks tend to get very weird, too, and they're hard to distinguish and stuff. Now we're on to the retroflex, so let's start with a basic retroflex lateral click. You can hear its lateralness and its weirdness. Now we have the post one, like before, where it's produced further back. As you can see, as you can hear, I guess, it's a little weird. It's a little hard. The subapical alveolar click, I guess. Yeah, I think the lateral click, I think that's it. Very strange. Then we have the subapical interdental lateral click. Yeah, still weird. That one actually kind of hurts to produce. And then that's the final one, which was the subapical denti-alveolar lateral click. Some of these clicks were more complex than others, but yeah, that's every single lateral click and lateral click, I think. There's probably way more, and a lot of things I forgot. So keep that in mind. Yeah, but this is a good basic thing of a lot of clicks you won't need. All the clicks you really need are probably going to be the bilabial click, the dental click, the alveolar click, the palatal click, and the lateral click. You or something like that. Now you could also need the retroflex and the velar click. And I'd suggest trying to learn the aggressive bilabial click too, because it's used in some languages. But yeah, that's it. Um, Remember there was a video before this one? Wait, no, that's not yet. I always forget my own outro. It's kind of part of my outro now. It's me forgetting my own outro. Uh, Remember to like if you like the video, dislike if you dislike the video, and subscribe if you like my type of content. I actually don't care if you dislike the video because it still tells me you don't like. I still get feedback. Don't leave comments for fun things, clips, whatever. All right? Don't leave hate comments because you'll get nothing out of them. I'll probably personally attack you with them. Just kidding. Anyway, remember there was a video before this one. That's all. Bye.